All right, so I received an email from someone who had watched my lynda.com iMovie training in reference to this keyboard command he found on Apple's website where it says select a playhead is Shift-A. And he was having trouble invoking that keyboard command. So I thought I'd just take a minute here to show how that works. And this is actually a really useful keyboard command to know because iMovie is really more about visual editing. It's usually used in such a way where you'll just select the portion of the clip you want to use and just move that into your project. But what happens when you want to make sure that you're getting a specific part of audio, especially if you're working with dialogue? For example, here's this clip here. Just play this entire thing.
Hey, this is the Bernheisel Road entrance to the Appalachian Trail. My destination is Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, about 10 miles that way, so I'm going to get going.
So there's a little pause before I actually start speaking at the beginning of this clip. I want to make sure that I make that edit right before I start speaking. Now I could do this visually by just sort of scrubbing along until I see me open my big fat mouth there. And then just, oops, make sure I deselect first, and then start just dragging from there.
My destination.
But we can also use an audio prompt. As I scrub through, I'll hear my voice start. I can move my playhead right to that position and make my selection from there. Now, the trick here is in order to use that keyboard command, I first have to have a selection made in that clip someplace. So I can either click to make a selection someplace like that, or I can just drag along if I wanted to do that. But in this case, I'll just click over here. I'll place my playhead right when I hear my voice start, a little before that. And now I can use the keyboard command of Shift-A. And you can see that moves the beginning of the selection right there. And I can do the same thing at the end here as well. So maybe I want to move my playhead right to there, right as I disappear off the screen there. And I'll hit Shift-A. And there's my selection. I can also use the keyboard command here of E to move that right into my project. And there's my clip.
Hey, this is the Bernheisel Road entrance to the Appalachian Trail.
So that's the way that works. In order for that keyboard command to be used, you have to have a selection made first. Now, if your playhead is within that selection, and this works both in the clip viewer here as well as in the project pane. So for example, if I made a selection within the clip up here, if my playhead is within this clip or within the selection and I use Shift-A, if I'm closer to the beginning, you can see the beginning of that selection moves. Let's move that back. If I'm closer to the end, press Shift-A, you can see the end portion moves. Or if I'm outside of the selected area and hit Shift-A, you can see that either end moves depending on which side I'm on. All right, so that's how that keyboard command works. Again, it's really useful for those times when you want to be able to edit specifically to the audio rather than just visually in iMovie. For more information on iMovie 11, you can check out my course at lynda.com.